Disney junkies.
Yeah. So I met Pauline at St. John Fisher. I don't think we ever, like, really hung out, but we had, like, mutual friends.
Right.
And Alex and I have been best friends since junior high.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
So, and now she's getting married, and I'm assisting.
Awesome. Yeah, we came up with a bunch of questions to ask you guys. I'm really excited to hear about your story and the Bachelorette party. I'm super jealous because this is totally not going to happen for me, so I'm going to live vicariously through you right now.
Never say never. We didn't think it could happen either, and it did.
You have to believe. The dream is
Our first question is, how did this all come to be? How did this idea form?
We were joking, like, you know, how we're planning the Bachelorette, because I'm a bridesmaid, so we had, you know, talked to Meg to see what she wanted to do, and we were originally talking about going to Lake Placid for the weekend, and she's like, oh, but I would love to go to Disney. A few years ago, we went on a girls' trip, I would say 2 or 3 years ago, me and Meg and a couple of the other girls, and we had, like, a ball, and it was so much fun. She's like, I wish we could go back for, like, one last trip. And then, you know, we were like, oh, we started to, like, look at Lake Placid and, you know, let the dream die. And then we were out, like, on a Friday night with, like, a bunch of friends, and it got brought up again, and everyone's like, I would do it. And I was like, okay, well, like, if we have enough people that, like, are into it, like, you know, and then Megan being the control freak that she is, was like, I want to help plan it. And I was like, okay. So the two of us just kind of started looking at rates, you know.
And I feel like for us, like, we're both really super Disney planners. Like, we're in the Disney Junkie group. We know, like, all the new, like, updates and things coming. And I think we were really honest with people at first about the cost, because I did feel bad about the cost.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, right up front, we were really honest with, like, what things would cost. And we always, like, try to do it as reasonably as possible. So, Alex made, like, a spreadsheet and sent it to everybody. And a few people, like, did drop out. It just, like, wasn't going to work for them. But we had a solid, like, 6 people, and it was awesome.
That's great. Awesome. So the next question, you kind of told us about how it all started and a little bit about the process, but, like, how did you really get everyone on board? Because I think a big thing people think about is, as you said, the cost, you know, is definitely a huge factor. And how did you, I guess, convince people or just get the buy-in from them?
It was just about research. You know, Megan and I had a little bit of a background on, like, what hotels would be best and stuff like that, and park hopper prices. So it was just about making a literal spreadsheet of, this is how much it's going to cost. Like, estimated, obviously at that point, we had planned it almost a year in advance, which was also really good, I think, to getting people on board. Was like, okay, you have almost 10 months to save for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think, at first, they only had to put down a deposit when we booked it of, like, $60.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it was $60 a room.
Per person. So, we researched, like, how much the deposit would be, and then a breakdown of, okay, so it was still too early to book flights, but we were like, okay, it's probably going to be, like, around $200 a person per flight. For rooms, it ended up being, I wish I have to pull up my spreadsheet. It was, like, you know, 200, say, like, whatever, it ended up not being a lot. I think it was $250 per person for the whole weekend. For rooms.
Nice.
That's including the $60 deposit.
Okay.
So once they put the $60 deposit, they only owed, like, whatever was left over, $190. And then we obviously knew the park hopper prices. So we were like, okay, and this is what it would be we did three days of park hoppers.
Okay.
So, you know, we factored all in. I was like, okay, this is your total cost. And then I broke it out, like, you owe me this much by this date, this much by that date. Like, I kind of started giving people a deadline so that they had something to work towards, so that they could pay me based on, you know, like, every 3 months you would give me a little bit, so that by the end it didn't seem like a lot, like one big bulk payment.
Yep.
So you weren't paying, like, $500 in one rip. It was a little more manageable.
Yeah. And then we took care of everything else, like with the reservations and the fast passes and the...
Yeah, and I think that convinced people too, because it was almost like them going to an all-inclusive vacation, I feel like, because we really, like, had their dinners planned and, like, fast passes. So they really didn't have to worry about anything except booking their own, like, Southwest flight. And even then we were like, this is the flight we're going to be on. Like,
I sent them a spreadsheet of flight options, too. Like, I found, like, for each day, I found, like, 4 different flight options based on different prices. And I was like, here. And then I also found JetBlue prices, too. And I was like, you can choose.
So Alex just tried to really make it, like, as easy as possible for people. And I think that, like, really helped and got people on board.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. So, I guess, where did you stay and how long? You guys were there for a whole weekend, so like Friday through Sunday, or was it just Saturday and Sunday?
No, we flew in Thursday midday.
Ooh.
And we stayed at the Pop Century, which I'd never stayed at. And we got an adjoining room.
Nice.
So it was really cool. So, because 2 or 3 years ago when we did the girls trip, we stayed at the Nemo Suites in the Art of Animation.
Oh, nice.
And that's a really nice hotel. They were awesome. But it's a little pricey. I wouldn't exactly call it an economy resort like they do. And for us, for what people were paying, we wanted people to be able to sleep in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Art of Animation there, someone would have had us slept on a pull-out couch. So we went with the Pop Century, just so everyone could have a bed, and they were really accommodating with the adjoining room, and it was awesome.
And we stayed through Monday. We left Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Wow,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yep.
So it sounds like you got, like, as you said, you did a lot of the planning ahead of time, spreadsheets. I know when I'm always in charge of planning, like, our Disney trip, so spreadsheets are my life. But did you have any, like, time where you kind of, like, got together and, like, went over everything with people? Or, like, I know when we were going at Christmas, I had multiple, like, crafting ear sessions. Like, did you guys do anything, like, before to, like, get ready for the trip together?
Well, it was a lot of emails of, like, these are the updates, like, this is where we're staying, this is where we're eating, like, we tried to make sure that we did a variety of food options and, like, made sure that, you know, we had time to rest, too, and it wasn't, like, crazy go. But then the week before we left, Meg had, like, a get-together at her house, and
yeah, so I had, just because just being in, like, the Junkies group, like, I feel like Disney loves when, like, groups are together, but they, like, coordinate. So my mom had got me, like, the Mickey hat and veil. So then I got the girls, like, all matching ears to wear every day.
Oh, awesome.
And Alex had surprised me and gotten all of us, like, Team Bride shirts, like, with Mickey, like, the Disney writing. And then I had, like, a bride shirt. So we did that.
And she also got us magic bands, too, like, personalized magic bands.
I got some personalized magic bands.
Yeah, so we got together, like, the week before, and, like, she, like, we kind of all exchanged presents with each other.
Yeah. But we didn't really do any, like, crafting nights. Alex mostly kept everybody up to date with just emails and being like, hey, guys, like, just so you know, in 2 weeks, like, your second payment of this amount is due. So just stuff like that.
Awesome. And so did you, like, work directly with Disney, or did you work with a travel agent at all?
No, we just went through Disney.
Okay.
We called, originally when we first booked, we called them, and we're like, you know, we're coming to Bachelorette. We would love an adjoining room. It's just so we can, like, be together. And then we just did payments online.
Cool.
Yeah, they were super cool. I didn't think that, I would go with a travel agent if I knew nothing about Disney, but, like, between the two of us, we had a pretty good idea of, like, and we did our research ahead of time, so we already had prices in mind based on the online rates, so that when we called, it was more about clarification of, like, when is the down payment due? Like, when is the final payment due? Like, when is, you know, what are our deal packages if we get, you know, hoppers versus non-hoppers, like, things like that.
Absolutely.
So,
they kind of answered that.
yeah, they already answered that one. So, What did Megan? What did your fiance do while you guys were in Disney? What was his agenda?
He went to Nashville the weekend before.
Oh, cool.
So he had his bachelor party in Nashville. So he was, I think, still kind of recovering. I think he was happy that I wasn't around. He was just relaxing, and he unfortunately isn't that into Disney. So
You'll have to change that.
There's no time to call up the wedding.
Yeah.
We have time.
He doesn't hate it, but I don't think that he's really. And when I explain to people who don't like love Disney like I do, people just think it's for kids. And the only time he's ever really gone has been with his family, and there's a lot of he has young nieces and nephews. And last time we went, we were with them, and it was awesome. We saw Anna and Elsa. We did a lot of character things, but for him, he doesn't realize that there's a whole other side to Disney.
Yeah.
So I think if he could experience it, like just us two, or like as an adult trip.
Your fiance doesn't like really good food and copious amounts of available alcohol, literally anywhere he looks.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Whenever we've gone, we didn't really eat. I mean, at the good places,
Right.
we ate, but so we ate at the Crystal Palace, which was it's like I don't want to eat with Winnie the Pooh gang.
Yeah.
And like when you're with little kids, you can't really like drink around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I'm hoping for next year we can get back and just do Disney right, because I think he would totally appreciate it and love it.
Yeah, when we went, I don't know if you've watched any of our videos or not, but when we went, there was 19 of us, including.
That's insane. I did see that.
Yeah, there
I
are
don't
two.
know how you did it. I don't know how you did it.
But there's one 12-year-old, and then the other two were 5, and I think 3 at the time. And I mean, as long as everyone's going to go do their own thing, you can get away from the kids every once in a while. We found ways to go do double dates and stuff like that. You just got to get a little creative.
But how do you book dining for all those people? That's what I was wondering.
Tables of 13 and tables of 8, and you hope to sit somewhere near one another.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to call Disney more than once to see about how creative they can get in mixing things up. And sometimes when I called again and talked to a different representative, they were able to help me in a little bit of a different way.
Yeah.
So, and also trying to get to your reservation early. They were able to, when we got to our reservation early, they were able to, kind of like move where we were going to sit around. And even some of the places we booked the reservation early enough that the restaurant was actually just opening. So we had a lot more flexibility, like where we could sit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So next question.
They kind of answered that one already. They planned it to the T.
Okay, but so tell me, give me your itinerary in as brief or as lengthy as you want to get.
It's pretty brief because we weren't there that long. So Thursday when we flew in, we went to the hotel and we just hung out at the pool because it was a beautiful day, and it was like the dead of winter here, so we were so excited to be in the sun.
Yeah.
And then we got changed and we went to Disney Springs because none of us had seen it, rebuilt, which was beautiful and amazing. And we had an amazing dinner at Morimoto Asia, which I highly recommend. So
Really?
good. So good.
Yeah, we've heard
Mixed reviews. But my friend just went like last week and went there and loved it. And now you guys saying that, so now I feel more confident.
The steamed pork buns are something that I'll never forget.
It's the strangest concept, but they were the most tasty. I can't explain.
We're like
It was like
foodies, so we
eating
love
and
to
eating air, but it was like
Fluffy.
in a good way. They were
Yeah.
so light and fluffy, and I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever.
I will say I've heard mixed reviews too, so I was hesitant. My really good friend at work, who's a huge Disney junkie, she's always goes there, and the last time she went, she didn't have a good experience. I will say that to me, the bathroom was a little dirty.
Yeah, it was.
It was like I didn't feel like it was like the cleanest restaurant I've
Mhm.
ever been in. But the food was really good, and it was mostly like family style, which was cool.
Oh,
so we
nice.
could try like
Yeah.
a little bit of everything.
It was really beautiful, like the building itself and the inside, like it's like a sight to see, like the chandeliers coming
Yep.
from the ceiling. Like it definitely. I'm not sure if it would be something for like little kids. I don't think little kids would like it, but like I would totally go there with like a group of friends or like some people who want an adult meal. Like I would go there.
That's the reason to go. There are no kids there.
Right. That's my idea.
So tell me about the other days. Well, did you go out that night, I guess, other than dinner?
We just hung around Disney Springs. We had, some drinks at Raglan Road. We went to Ghirardelli. We tried to do a lot of shopping so that we could focus on doing rides at the parks because we were kind of pressed for time.
Yeah, and we didn't want to carry the stuff that we purchased with us around the parks all day.
Yes.
So we did basically almost all of our shopping at Disney Springs that night, which was good because then we had things that we definitely wanted to get. So then if we saw other things, we could always buy them. But the main things, we could go to the what is it?
The World of Disney.
World of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We had everything we wanted.
Yeah. If you
and then Friday we had our Team Bride shirts on.
Okay.
So we got up and we went to Epcot for when it opened.
We ate at our hotel every morning too.
The Pop Century was really good cafeteria.
So good.
And then when we were waiting in line for the bus, we were the last ones. Of course, we didn't make the bus. So we were the first ones in line, and they had a cast member trying to facilitate the buses, and she loved us, loved our shirts, was pumped by our enthusiasm. She gave us this golden ticket fast pass.
Oh.
And so we got to Epcot, and we went right to Frozen and passed the 75-minute wait.
Amazing.
We passed the fast pass line.
Yeah, we didn't have a fast pass. For Frozen.
We just walked on even past the fast pass people, and they put it in a tiny little shredder right in front of us, so we knew it was a special ticket.
I've never heard of anything like that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. Crazy.
So we spent the day at Epcot, and
we drank. We had our fast passes for Soarin'. That was what we got our passes for, and then we did single rider for Test Track. But so the plan was in the morning to do all the rides that we went, because there's not a ton of rides at Epcot, but we wanted to do all those early so that we could just start drinking around the world right away. So around 11:30 we were done with all the rides, and we went right to Mexico and got a bunch of margaritas and nachos, and it was fantastic.
And Disney loves bachelorette parties. You wouldn't think they would, but the people serving the alcohol were bachelorettes, and so it was really fun. We spent the whole day just going from country to country, tasting. We had prosecco and just beer and things like that. And after that, we took the monorail to Magic Kingdom, and we spent the rest of the night trying to get as much as we could done in Magic Kingdom that night, including seeing Wishes for the last time, which was really sad. I actually cried.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we actually got a lot done on the first night at Magic Kingdom. The plan is just we were just checking wait lines and booking fast passes as we got there. So it was okay, there's one available, let's book this, and then we'll do that and book another one. So if there was something available, we wanted to get it done.
Right.
And March was a nice time to go. I saw your videos from Christmas, and it was not that busy. So we were really lucky that we could do a lot of things without a fast pass. So
yeah, I don't think we had to wait. I didn't have to wait in a single line because of the way that she orchestrated all the fast passes. She had stuff. We banged it out pretty good, I thought, even though there was a bajillion people there.
But we look really tired in every video, and you can really tell.
Yes.
So are we.
I know.
So that was the next.
That was Friday. And
Yep.
then Saturday we again got up early, ate at the hotel, and then went right to MGM.
Hollywood
It's
Studios.
Hollywood Studios. Sorry, it's always going to be MGM.
Yep.
And we got, all the fast passes there. We did Toy Story, Tower of Terror. They did Rock and Roller Coaster, but they just did single riders. Star Wars, and we saw like the Great Movie Ride, and we did like all the classics. And we then got an early dinner. The plan was again like we wanted to eat a big breakfast and then eat dinner or at like early bird special around like 4:30 was our plan every day.
Yeah.
Dessert.
And it prevents, we allows us to get dessert in the meantime, but like, we stopped and got snacks and stuff, but we didn't have to have like a meal in between. Like, again, trying to save a little bit of money. Like, if someone wanted something, they could grab an ice cream to hold them over kind of thing.
Right.
So we got dinner at Mama Melrose,
which was very good.
so good.
If you
I've
haven't
never
eaten
been
there,
there. No.
it's very, very good Italian food. And then we saw Fantasmic, which was awesome.
Right.
And then we
And then we went back to Magic Kingdom.
yeah, because they had extra magic hours that
Yeah.
night, so Fantasmic ended at, like 7:45. We got right on a bus, went right to Magic Kingdom, and because we weren't seeing Wishes that night, because we had seen it the night before, we got so many rides done because, because people were watching Wishes, so there were no lines during that time.
And we also looked out, and we had gotten stuck on the People Mover. So they gave us fast passes.
Nice.
So we used them on Space Mountain, but then they didn't collect them. So we used them on Thunder.
Yeah.
And then MGM also loved Bachelorettes, and they gave us, just
Fast
for
pass.
being Bachelorettes, they gave us fast passes for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which was really nice.
Oh my gosh.
Very
And
cool.
I was able to, after we left MGM and used up all of our fast passes, I was able to get us a fast pass for Splash Mountain and the Haunted Mansion and It's a Small World.
Wow.
So we ended up doing like the three mountains, Mine Train, and like the Haunted Mansion. Oh, and Pirates too.
One fell swoop.
Yeah, I was constantly on the app like when we were there, like checking and rebooking and stuff. So
Awesome. You're so efficient. I love it.
She
Mid-Sunday.
We
I
went
think
to
she
Animal
went up
Kingdom
Yeah,
Sunday.
Yeah.
So then then the next day you were there like half the day. Is that?
We were there all day.
No, we were there all day.
Okay.
We went to Animal Kingdom,
Oh, right.
Nice.
and that was fun. I will be honest, Animal Kingdom is not my favorite usually, but
I think we would do things differently now that we went about the process. And I think the problem is that we wanted to be there early to see the safari, and we also wanted to be there late to see the new
Rivers of
Light.
Yeah.
But I think we learned very early on that Animal Kingdom is not a full park day.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we've got like all this time. So now that we've seen Rivers of Light and realize it's like kind of janky, we know that we could easily just like, I liked Animal Kingdom. Like we did a ton of stuff, but I think that we could do like Animal Kingdom first thing in the morning, be done by like 3 and like hit another park at night.
Right.
maybe with the Avatar Land, it will definitely have more to do. But when we had the fast passes, so we were kind of done with all the major attractions, and I felt like we were looking for things to do until we ate at the Tusker House.
Yep.
The buffet, and we were kind of looking for things to do to fill the time.
Yeah, and we had ridden rides twice.
Yeah.
We were like, okay.
And then the Tusker House, because we waited for a while for our table, they gave us another fast pass for Everest. So we were like, okay, I guess we'll do that again. But the Rivers of Light, if you don't have a fast pass for, or if you don't have a dining package, I do not recommend waiting in line for it. We had to get in line at 5:15 for a 7:15 show.
Oh, yeah, I don't like waiting in lines.
They did let us in, so we were sitting in the amphitheater the whole time, but
it was cold. The weather started to, once the sun goes down, it was a little chilly by the water, and it was a little misty, and it was just a lot of sitting. But again, we didn't have anything else to do, so it's not that we were, we could have been doing this, but at the same time, it's not worth the wait. And if we had known that the Rivers of Light wouldn't have been that great, we would have left at 4 and gone back to Magic Kingdom or something like that.
Right.
It's definitely, there's a lot going on in the show. It's very hard to focus on one thing that's happening. Unfortunately, our night, it was windy out. A lot of it is projected on water, but it was windy, so the water was, like, all over the place. So I was like, I'm not even sure what
animal that is.
Like,
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm glad that we did it to say that, like, now we know. Like, before we would have been like, oh, well, is it good? Is it not good? Like, now we were able to, because you hear so many different opinions on things. Like,
Yep.
some people really like it, some people don't. So it's nice to be able to form your own opinion. But I would not do it again. I did it, and now we don't need to do it again.
Yeah. So then the next day was when you left, right?
Yeah. We went to after the Rivers of Light. That park closed at 8.
Okay.
So went right to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And
nice.
got
drinks. And,
Yeah,
we
we
just
shopped.
relaxed.
And then we were up early the next morning and got breakfast. And our flight was at like 1:30.
Oh, so you had to leave pretty quickly, probably, from the hotel to get
Yeah, I
there.
think the bus took us at like, was it 11?
10:30?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So like we ate and then like walked around the gift shop. We got like a couple last minute things at the gift shop.
That bus is a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah, it was so sad.
It was really sad.
You guys covered a lot of this stuff without us even having to ask it. I guess the next one, how was it as a group? Do you feel like Disney was pretty good about you guys traveling as a large group? They were friendly. I know you guys said that they were pretty into it, but
I feel like they loved it. I mean, they really rolled out, like, the red carpet. Like, we got so much pixie dust, as they say. I feel like they definitely love a group that is not only coordinated, but there for, like, a really special reason. And they really couldn't do enough for us. Like I said, like, the special Fast Pass, we got on Frozen. They gave us, like, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Fast Pass, which we wouldn't have been able to go on because it was over an hour wait. I mean, they were just so nice, and they just couldn't do enough for us, I don't think. It was, like, one of the best experiences with Disney I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Everyone was super nice. And I think that just going in with you being positive and nice to everyone, like, being respectful back is always...
And we were really enthusiastic, and, I mean, they were awesome.
So to kind of piggyback off that, you mentioned, like, a lot of Fast Pass. Did you get any other freebies because you were, like, the bride?
No. They gave me one free margarita at the Tequila Cave.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which was, like, good and bad, because...
That was just the start.
Really nice in there, and they were the ones that were like, "Oh, Bachelorette!" Like, so, other than that, we didn't get any freebies. I would say, like, we didn't get any, like, special dessert or anything.
Okay.
I did see, like, some people on their honeymoon, like, they had, like, a congratulations dessert. I saw at Mama Melrose.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely love Disney Mooners. I saw a lot of Disney Mooners there, but I was happy with the free Fast Passes, honestly.
That's amazing. That, like, makes your trip so seamless. So that's great.
You get to do so much more because of them. So
Yeah. All right. So
they said that the pork buns were their favorite, and I mean, obviously the best drink is the free margarita, right?
yeah.
So,
the margaritas are so
The
good.
margaritas are so good.
And they have 8,000 flavors. And
Yeah.
they're
The
all
passion fruit
amazing.
one is so good.
I think that's the one I got. It was very sweet, but delicious.
So good. I'm upset because I really was hell-bent on getting LeFou's brew. And by the time we got over there, Gaston's Tavern was closed. So I was like, I really wanted LeFou's brew, but next time I'll have to get
Next time. It's also very sweet, but I love sweet drinks. It was so good.
it was pretty good. It was a little weird. The topping's a little weird if you're not good with, like, a melted marshmallowy texture.
I liked it.
It was almost like drinking lard, but it was good. Really sweet. So, you already said that you went on a bunch of rides, but what was your overall favorite moment? If you can narrow it down to one.
What's yours?
Oh my god, that's so difficult. I mean, we just had so many laughs. Like, it was just like a constant, like, I think that my favorite part was just being with the girls because we had a really good group. In the past, we have gone and had people like less enthusiastic and maybe not as down for Disney, which is the worst people that you can go with because and everyone that we went with, it's a lot to handle, and it was like going to this, be prepared for this, but every single person was like down for anything, like whatever. It's about Meg at the end of the day. Like it was a fantastic girls trip and like so many memories, but like it was about Megan. So, and everyone was just like on down, like, and that's the best part. Like, and just like having, I think also those dinners each night, like.
Yeah, because we talked about our day.
Yeah, we were able to like laugh and regroup on everything.
Yeah,
I think that's like just those like moments that. How often do you get to go to Disney with a bunch of your girlfriends? Like, it's those. How many more of those are we gonna get? So it's like, it was just good energy.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's great. That's
well, for me, I just always love walking like down Main Street. Like the first time and seeing the castle, and I'm just like crying.
I don't usually cry, but yeah.
It's amazing. It's just the best feeling, and just to be with like my best friends, and it was just awesome.
Wonderful.
That's fantastic.
So did you guys bring home any souvenirs?
Yes. I got an ornament from the Christmas shop with like our wedding date on it. I was super cold the first night, so I bought like a sweatshirt. What else? I got my mom like a Disney Alex and Ani. She like really loves Tinkerbell, so I got her that. I got her like a little antenna thing.
That's awesome.
And like some magnets, like little stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got an ornament too. I try to get an ornament every time we go, just like
to have the date.
Just to have a date on it.
Yep.
And then I got a pen. And a pin. I got a Pocahontas pin.
Oh, yeah, my favorite Pocahontas.
Nice.
And that's it. I want to be I desperately want to be one of those cool pin traders, but like I've gotten there yet.
We're gonna get into the pins the next time we go. We already have a plan.
Yeah. You already answered this. So I guess my last question for you guys is, well, mostly for Megan, are you going to be doing anything like Disney related for the wedding or for your honeymoon or anything like that?
No, I'm not. I don't have anything Disney for the wedding, honestly.
Hidden
My
Mickey's.
mom would have loved that.
Even not so much.
My fiance, not so much. I really pushed for a Disney moon, but we're going to Jamaica.
Still going to be beautiful.
We are planning, hopefully to go next year, hopefully in like January. So I'll get my Disney fix then, but I don't have any Disney things. I'm in a friend's wedding in August, and her cake topper says "Tale as Old as Time," which I think is so sweet. So she got engaged in Disney too, so she's doing a lot of Disney things in their wedding. So I'm going to live vicariously through her, I think.
Well, he doesn't have to know about it if you just put Hidden Mickeys everywhere. That could be
a
secret little game for you and your bridesmaids. Find the Hidden Mickeys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this. All right. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.